y'all? Hey, it's Mama B from KpopMamas, and we are here tonight talking about episodes 15 and 16 of Strong Women Do Bong-soon, and just the entire show in general, because dear Lord, y'all, I freaking love this show. I'm so sad it's over, but it was such a great show, and the last two episodes were fabulous. So let's just get right into it. Oh, also, y'all, I'm a little sick, so if I sound a little weird today, it's because of that, so I'm sorry. Yeah, so the first, 5 minutes is just, there's, the bomb exploding, but it looks like a firework, but that's okay, and he's protecting her from it and just holding her because she's like, oh my god, you almost died, and he's like, oh my god, you almost died, and that entire moment was just everything for me. And then we go into this scene, which basically, for the next 2 episodes starts the dejected Min-hyuk. He is trying so hard to just get some alone time with this girl, and it is not happening over the next 2 episodes. And then he's dropping her off, and she just says that she has had the happiest day. Y'all, she's almost died, he almost died, but they had this moment, and they basically declared themselves, and she's calling it the happiest day she's ever had. First of all, I question that a little bit, but the intention of it and just how cute that entire scene was, and him dropping her off and them not wanting to be apart because they just went through this whole thing together. So anyways, they're thinking about each other and neither of them can sleep, and he's running around and trying to do exercise, which, dear Lord, y'all, did that really just happen? Boing? A boing? Stop. This is a K-drama. I died laughing, and I probably watched that entire, 15-minute chunk of episode, 3 times. It was so adorable. And, kind of spicy for a drama. He's feeling things and trying to do push-ups, and it's not helping him at all. And then there's that moment with the piano, and he lifts her up onto the piano, and I'm just not even gonna... For a moment, I really actually liked the character of the department head, who I've kind of found to be a little bit, I don't know, unnecessary, I guess, through these episodes, but I actually really liked him in these last 2 episodes. His part finally, came around. You saw him as a real character. He wasn't just, a fluff, kind of weird, aegyo, over-the-top character, I guess. He actually had some real moments, so I started to actually really like him during the last 2 episodes. Which is opposite of how I felt about everything to do with the gangsters. I don't understand what they were there for. I really feel like if they were really only there for him to, call them and find out where the bad guy is at the very end, that could have been done without having to watch them play out this whole weird, monk thing and, I wish that they had, replaced those moments with anything to do with his family. I feel like they got halfway through, through episode 8, and his family was such a big part of the first half of the show, and then they're never mentioned again. So I kind of wish that they had, done a little bit more with that. Come on, he's from a Chable family. There has to be drama there that wants to marry the girl from the walnut shop. Oh my gosh, and then he goes and he sees her mom without her and, basically, completely goes along with the whole wanting to know his birth date and when he was born and the marriage compatibility thing. So he's making these big declarations to her parents, and I kind of hate that the mom is getting everything that she wants in life, but I love that he went and talked to her mom about it and was, perfectly fine and totally on board. And, okay, so then we get to the finale of the whole show, the last 10 minutes of episode 15, and they're gonna catch the bad guy. They've hatched this plan. He's called her. And what is the plan? So dumb. For how well the rest of the show is played out, I cannot believe that was the plan. The plan is for Do Bong-soon to just walk into an open area that's surrounded by places he could shoot her from with nothing but a bulletproof vest on, and then just hope that he hits her square in the chest and not in the face with a long-range rifle. What? And then on top of it, did Gukdu call the rest of the police force, who already know about her, by the way. Like, they're already calling her Avenger Girl. And so they already know about her. His boss already knows that she's the real target. Yet here we are, just the two of them. And Min Hyuk's the CEO. He's this little table heir. Like, he can't hire people. Like, he could have hired the gangsters. I mean, there were options. And then they know he's going to be up high. He has a sniper rifle. Was anyone positioned up high? No, they're all on the ground floor just waiting for her to get shot. And then there's no one in a getaway car to, like, keep the guy from, like, running as he has done before. It just, I couldn't believe that this was the whole plan. Like, Min Hyuk with a battery toy operated drone and Do Bong-soon getting shot and hoping that that was going to work out. I could not believe that literally was the whole plan of the whole thing. It just, and then, so she jumps up like Wolverine or Catwoman or something onto the container. She jumps up onto the top of the container, and then she removes her earpiece, which really bothered me because I was like, girl, like, keep your earpiece in. How are they supposed to talk to you? Like, I know you think they're there, but, like, keep your earpiece in, Do Bong-soon. Like, come on. You need backup. And then she goes and starts throwing walnuts at him, which I was just like, I don't feel like she came from home. I know that went along with, like, the superhero and the game piece, and this is the game that she's making, but at the same time, I just thought it was hilarious that she, like, beat him down with walnuts. And it was just awesome. I was so in love with episode 15. They caught the bad guy. They had all these public declarations of love. They had their moment at his house when she couldn't sleep and went over. It just was awesome all the way around. And then we go into episode 16, the finale. And y'all, it happened. I got my wish. All I wanted, if you watched my reaction to episodes 9 through 14, was for them to catch the bad guy in 15 so we could have an entire closing episode of nothing but love and fluff. And that's exactly what we got. Yeah, so finally, someone calls the mom out on beating the dad, and all of a sudden, I was like cheering. I was like, yeah, you tell that woman, like, she should not be hitting her husband. And then she comes back and you're like, wait, what? Like, she says that he just tripped and fell. She just pushed him and he tripped and fell during an argument. They are trying to backtrack, y'all. Like, I call it shenanigans. I don't believe it. I think that there had to have been so much backlash over that whole part that they, like, changed it. It has to be because it is so random. Like, we have now gone, like, over 8 episodes without this being brought up again. And at the very end, they just, like, casually throw in, oh no, he just fell. Like, no. And then you've got these awesome moments where they're describing, like, Min Hyuk and Do Bong-soon are describing their love for each other. And she's saying that, like, I see me in his eyes and the me in his eyes is happy. Like, what a freaking moment and a way to describe being in love with somebody. And it's so accurate, but cheesy and lovely and wonderful and all the things that I wanted. This goes down as one of my favorite parts in the show, where this goes back to Dejected Min Hyuk, who's literally losing it that he cannot find any alone time with this girl. And he goes, I'm gonna get her dad, I'm gonna get bonus points. Like, he's already got shut down from getting a kiss upstairs next to the glass windows, which also was, like, just a completely adorable part. Like, what? I'm just hugging your face. By the way, she has the cutest little tiny face. He's like, I'm just hugging your face. Like, oh, I want someone to hug my face. Anyways, so funny. And so he goes to get her dad because he's, like, tired of it. He's like, I'm gonna get my alone time, I'm gonna get my bonus points. And he tells the dad, like, he's having this really awesome, like, loving, heartfelt confession. He goes, and then the nights are even worse. And saying that, I can't even imagine saying that to somebody's dad. How that would really go over in real life. And then we're back to Dejected Min Hyuk again, who has finally got a chance to get to her room. He's got his alone time. He's gonna make his move. And then Oma walks in and ruins it for him, and I can't imagine, well, I can't imagine because it's happened to me, how awkward that would be. Even though I've been married for 10 years, a long time ago that did happen to me, y'all. So having that moment of like, oh my god, I just almost got caught by the parents. And then mom tells him to stay the night. And then he finally is gonna get his moment again, and then like her little brother walks in, and her brother is there, and is like, just go back to what you're doing, and he's like, no. If Serious Min-hyuk is my jam was the tagline for my 9 through 14 episodes, Dejected Min-hyuk who just wants some alone time is like my jam for these two. And then, as they have done in the show from the beginning, you're having these like aegyo moments from Min-hyuk and these cute heartfelt scenes and these love confessions, and it's fun and light and bright. And then they bring it back around to like really the whole point of the show is that there was a man who tortured these women and bad things happened to them, and he's psycho and he's in jail and he's going to be killed. He's gotten this death sentence. And that moment where they're showing the women who are just like completely traumatized by their experience really brought it back to me that this was not just a romantic K-drama. This was also like this kind of thriller suspense show. And just the way that they showed all of that in such a real light, and they just brought it back like, whew, like that. It was such a break. Like it was just like, bam. By the way, you know, this is a real show, and this was a real thing that was happening, and it was so real and so realistic and lifelike, and all of that part. I really appreciated it, and it stayed true to what the drama was throughout the entire show. And ladies, I feel like we all just need to take a moment and appreciate Stylist Nim for this episode, because that all denim cowboy look that he was sporting at that police department was on point. Y'all, and then finally Gukdu gets his moment. Like, if y'all know, I have had in previous episodes small tiny moments where I had a little bit of second lead syndrome, which really comes down to that Jisoo deserves to be a lead, like a main lead in a big show. Like, if he is not the next main lead in a big show, I'm gonna be so disappointed. Like, has he not proven himself? This whole moment where he's like recounting all these things that he's like, how much he's liked her over the years, and he really didn't know that she liked him, and then he like gets back into it, and that whole moment of them talking together by itself. Then he gets into the car and he still has that present that he bought her, the jewelry, and he like is crying and he's trying to hold it together, but he's like this big tough guy cop, and Jisoo needs to be a lead male in a main show. I'm just telling y'all, I need to see him before the end of this year in a big show, because he is so good. He deserves it. I love his acting. I love Gukdu's character in this show. I was a little bit back and forth on it in the beginning, but I really liked his character at the end. Okay, guys, and this is one of those moments, and this happens to me sometimes as a non-Korean national, like a foreigner watching these shows. And I don't know if any of the international crowd had this issue too, but so there's this moment towards the end, they're in the park, and for whatever reason, like, she feeds him like a food wrap, and like it's weird, and he covers his mouth, and like there's this whole little cute thing happening, and then like mom feeds dad, and the brother feeds mom, and then the brother feeds the friend. I don't get it. There's clearly something happening there that's like a social norm kind of thing that I missed, and I wasn't understanding what was happening, but like clearly something was happening that I didn't get. So if anyone knows and can provide like a quick like description, like that's not even like a question you can ask someone, like how do you like Google search that, like what? Y'all, and then Min-hyuk has like the most romantic, amazing proposal ever, and all the fate and romance and love and confessions and things are happening, and the Chaebol CEO of the company pulls out the smallest diamond ring I've ever seen, which and then they have this. I know I should not be hung up on that, but I totally was, because they're having this huge grand moment. He makes these huge grand gestures all the time and says he's so outgoing and flaunts everything and his money and all of these things. And then he buys her like the smallest diamond ring I've ever seen. And then they have the most lavish wedding ever. Like that. I don't know. It was awesome though. I love that we actually got to like see the wedding and have like those moments of like the family and the love and all of that. Because normally you miss that in a drama, specifically in K-dramas, when they go so like they drag the plot all the way up to the very end. You don't get like those moments of closure. So I really love that we got to see all of that. And then it comes full circle and she has twin girls. Y'all, they had babies in a K-drama. I just can't even. That's amazing. I loved it. I love the whole plot line. And that part was so cute. And he's a dad and she's a mom and she's kicking ass in her pink hoodie now full time. And he's taking care of the kids. And I just loved it. Probably because my husband stays home with my daughters and is an amazing dad. And yeah, so the whole part was great. So yeah. Y'all, Strong Woman Do Bong-soon. Like obviously there were parts of it that were not my favorite throughout this show, but overall, I loved this. I absolutely loved Hyung-sik as a character, as an actor, his character. I love Park Bo-young is so cute, and she had so many facets to her personality and her character in this show. I loved all of it. The relationships, that mix of the romantic, sweet, carefree sides, and then the very serious suspense, drama-filled sides that were very serious and very dark at times. So I loved the show in an entirety. Like, I actually would go back and rewatch this, which I would say I would very rarely do ever with any show, but I would go back and watch this from the beginning and actually watch every single episode. So I really loved it. I'm really excited to see what you guys thought of the finale, the last 2 episodes, the show in general. So feel free to leave any of your thoughts, comments, anything down below so we can all talk about it. I make these videos because I love to talk about K-dramas with people who are watching them at the same time as I am and who just want to talk about them with other people. So yeah, I'm really excited to hear from you guys about it. So remember to subscribe and like if you like drama reviews and want to see more from me and KpopMamas. And yeah, I'm excited to talk to you guys about this because I love this show and I cannot even wait. I've already talked to some of you guys on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram about it. Since, you know, I'm always posting memes and like screenshots of the funny scenes as we go. But I'm really excited to talk to y'all here because, oh, it was so good and I loved it so much. So yeah, I will see you guys later and I hope everyone had an amazing weekend and has a great week. Bye.